Okay, this is a general tarot card reading for Capricorns. I usually do this on Facebook, so I do everything a month early in my class. But I'm trying to do it on YouTube now, so I'm going to be doing a reading for the rest of September, and I'll be doing a reading for October. And then by October, I'll be back in the rhythm of things and be doing every reading a month early and do November's reading. I do personal readings, but I do those for a reasonable donation. And I do not know how to put that information up here yet because I'm not technology savvy. I suck at that. Well, when I figure out how, I will put that information up. But for now, I'll do the free tarot card general readings. General tarot card readings. But, when I do give a personal reading, I tap into your energy, try to see if there's anything in your past life that you might be karmically working on in this life. Then I'll just try to pick up on any information I can on you, period. And sometimes it ends up being little random bits that just plainly entertain people, and then sometimes it ends up being a little bit more vital than that. And when it's vital, I'll admit, if you do not have the money to pay for a reading, I won't give you the whole reading, but I will tell you about the vital part, because I do believe in morals over money. As for the rest of the reading, it's not necessary. The way I look at psychic readings is it's not something you need. It's helpful, but it's not something you need, and I'll be honest with you about that. I know a lot of psychics out there, they'll do this little fear gimmick of, you need me, and pay me to get this reading now before it's too late and all that other kinds of shit. You don't need me. Am I helpful? Yes. But do you need me? No. And if it's something that vital, I'm not going to fucking play the fear gimmick. That's just bullshit. To do that to somebody. I will tell you whatever it is that I pick up on if it's something vital to you. Like vital to your well-being. That did help him once. It's not that she was in any physical danger or anything like that, but it was vital to her well-being, you know, to perhaps not do something so very self-sabotaging and stuff like that. I mean, there's like mild self-sabotaging we might do from time to time, and there's an extreme, like, psychological hurt and damage that can cause, like, major, self-sabotaging, and that's vital then, so I will tell you. I won't hold that back at all. Also, before I get started, I do want to explain, as I was raised in a very, very, very religious upbringing, so to the rest of you, this is going to seem absolutely insane that I need to say this, and you're right, it's insane, but there's people out there that are literally terrified of this, so let me explain. I'm not really a witch. This is a costume. This is just a costume. I like it. I think it goes with the theme of the tarot cards. And pretty much I like it. So I'm going to wear it. Okay? That's about it. Though I do actually know some pagans and witches, and they are not what you hear about in church or on television. And I would suggest if you really want to know what they're like, you have to get to know them personally. Ask them questions, which I'm sure they would actually very much so appreciate. Just as anybody in any religion or lack thereof appreciates people to ask them questions and get to know them rather than go by some sort of preconceived ideas. And I'm spiritual, not religious, so I'm friends with everyone, to be honest. It doesn't matter if they're Christian, pagan, witches, atheist. I'm friends with all of them. Okay, let's get on to your reading then. God, Goddess, Jesus, angels, please present a message for the Capricorns for the rest of this month of September in 2018. Amen. So Capricorn, September 2018. 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 Okay. As you can tell, I do my cards a little different. That's because I'm clumsy and I don't want to ruin my cards, so I came up with my own technique. And being that this is a reading for Capricorn, I know Capricorns. Some of you out there, this is not gonna bother you one freaking bit. Some of you other though, this is probably annoying the fuck out of you right now. Like, that's not how it's done. Because some of you are like very high perfectionists. My sister is one of those Capricorns that is very much so a perfectionist. I cannot bake a cake. I cannot cook without her coming in the kitchen and absolutely nitpicking about every fucking thing I'm doing, about how I should measure and do this and whatnot. But I'm a wing it kind of person, you know. I've tried measuring and it does not come out good for me. I measure with my eyes, if that makes sense. I'm good at that. But, you know, measuring, I don't know why, but measuring with the measuring cup and spoons and whatnot, it just comes out shitty, to be honest. So I measure with my eyes. I mean, unless it's something I'm cooking for the first time, I'll use the measuring cup. I get an idea then of how much I need. But after that, I'm measuring with my eyes for the most part. And I also have a friend that's a Capricorn, and this wouldn't bother her in the slightest. So, it's a little different, but then again, she's an older Capricorn, and that does make a difference. You know, some of them, they get older, they loosen up a little bit, and then some of them, they're younger, and they're a little bit more uptight about things. So, it can matter about the age. It also can matter about one's experience and growth of maturity, and, you know, a lot of factors in there. That, and it doesn't matter what sign you're in. Everybody's sign has got negative and positive people in them. Like, mine's Taurus, but I'm sure you'll find some assholes that are Taurus, all the while I'm friendly. So, you know, that is also a factor then, that, you know, no sign is completely, like, everybody in that sign's positive or everybody in that sign's negative. They may have traits that they share, but, you know, each sign has negative and positive people. So yeah, and recognizing that with my technique, I recognize that there's a lot of you Capricorns that could care less, and there's a lot of you that might get a little, like, this is gonna, like, absolutely piss you off how I don't do the regular techniques of tarot card reading. But yeah, let's get on to your reading. The Eagle King, the big picture, angelic help. That just means there is a bigger picture and a benefit for your life. And you do have angelic help here guiding you and helping you right now. Even if you feel it or you don't feel it, they are there. You know, sometimes we feel like we're alone, like, God, why have you abandoned me? But the card's just saying they're there, that you have not been abandoned. So, and you may feel it intuitively, and you may not, but either way, there is a higher guardians there helping you reach this bigger goal and bigger picture of benefit for yourself. You know, a bigger life of maybe what you would like to have. Sisters of the Seasons, cycle of growth, natural law, divine order. That just means you go through cycles of growth, as does everybody. You may have gone through an ending of a growth right now and starting a new cycle, I'm guessing. And sometimes it's difficult because that means change, and it means a little confusion. Like, you know, let's say somebody was experiencing weather for the first time. You know, let's say they were in summer for like ever, and then all of a sudden shifting into fall and then winter. It might freak them the fuck out. So that's kind of what it's like when we're shifting from one change to another in our life, one cycle of growth to another. It's kind of like, what's going on here? This is different. This is new. I don't know what this is. So you could be shifting into a new cycle. It may be a little confusing. It may feel a little unstable, but that is okay. You're just entering into a new cycle of growth. And leaving an old cycle. That lesson's already done and learned. You don't need to stay there anymore, or you learned as much as you could there. You know, maybe you didn't perfect it, but you did learn as much as you could, and it's time to move on to another lesson then. Gaia's garden, fusion, abundance, reaping what you sow. That just means your blessings are coming in. Maybe you've been sowing into something, and you'll be finally getting the harvest. The wise woman of Wonderland, integrity, compromise. Usually the card just means stand in your integrity and don't be compromised. But I'm kind of getting a feeling out there like some of you right now may feel like your integrity is being compromised, like maybe you're uncertain. Kind of like it says Wonderland, so I always think of Alice in Wonderland, you know. It was being looked at like she was crazy when everybody else was crazy. You know, and she may have questioned, you know, what was sane and what was insane and what was logical, what was illogical there. I mean, it was Wonderland. It was kind of crazy. Everything was odd and weird. You know, to where she starts questioning, you know, like, you know, it's such an insane world there that she may actually start questioning her own sanity and, like, you know, what's crazy and what's not. I don't know, I just kind of get a feeling some of you out there right now might be a little confused about where your integrity is, if you're in integrity. And I would say that's a good question to ask, because that's how you learn and grow sometimes. Sometimes you need to stop and evaluate yourself and really think about it in depth. It doesn't mean get angry or aggressive with yourself for being, you know, potentially out of integrity. Because everybody's probably got that little moment where they mess up at some point. It just means, you know, focus and think on it and, you know, learn from it. But that's about it. And that may not be all of you. I'm just kind of getting a strong feeling like maybe someone out there needs to hear that. You know, so don't judge yourself. This is a good moment for you to think it through and find out where your integrity is and what is integrity. And to be in practice in that and not let it be compromised. You know, but usually when I see this card, I think it means that, you know, don't let your integrity be compromised. Maybe you're around a lot of people that are compromised in their integrity. And sometimes the card can mean your integrity is compromised. Sorry, as I was saying though, I forgot, others are compromised, but you're standing in your integrity. Or it can mean your integrity is compromised. But I'm kind of getting a feeling, at least somebody out there, you're just a little confused right now. Don't feel down about that though, or lost, because everybody feels confused and lost about something at some point. You know, sometimes when we're changing religions or beliefs, like when I was transitioning from being in a religion to spiritual, not religious, you know, it's a very confusing time at that moment, because I didn't know fully, you know, what was I going to believe in, what was I not going to believe in, and it felt frustrating because it felt like I was learning everything from scratch, because I had already been taught a religion prior, and then to learn that I didn't believe any of it, and it's like, so it was a new cycle for me at that moment, you know. And maybe you've been around people with compromised integrity for so long, and you're starting to actually question if this is actually integrity. You know, you believed it was integrity for so long, and it's like now you're starting to question it. And that's the thing. That's why you shouldn't feel bad. Because you're starting to question it instead of, you know, just sitting around and being compromised in your integrity simply because other people told you this was integrity when it wasn't. So I'm kind of picking up a stronger feeling of that in the card, like, you have been taught a compromised integrity and told it was integrity. You know, so for the fact that you're starting to actually stop and question this is a good thing. It shows a very high intelligence. So yeah, maybe not all of you, but I kind of got a feeling one of you, somebody out there is at least, you know, you're starting to question if what you have grown to believe is integrity is really integrity. And that's good, because now you're going to be able to learn, grow, get into a new cycle, and learn what true integrity is, what you feel it is, and get connected into that. And you know, it might be a little frustrating, but that's okay. At least you're learning, growing, and trying, and you will succeed at some point, because when you really work towards something and you don't give up, you will succeed. And yeah, y'all are Capricorn, so y'all are good at setting your mind towards something and achieving it. So keep that in mind. You are a Capricorn. Alright. God, Goddess, Jesus, angels, please guide each Capricorn to what message you would like them to receive for October next month, 2018. Amen. Okay, so Capricorn, October next month, 2018. Capricorn, October next month, 2018. Capricorn, next month, October 2018. Capricorn, October 2018. Boop. Come on, there we go. Oh. Sorry, I am seeing one bit of a sad card there. And I'm sorry about that. I've had that card before too, and it is not fun. It's not like the card makes it happen, it's just the card picks up on that energy, you know? Oh crap, I just realized I forgot to do something that I usually do, and that's, if you don't like the reading, I will flash the cards to you and let you use your own intuition. I forgot to do that. I'm sorry, I'll try to do that with this October reading though. Yeah. In fact, recently I had to face something that was in that energy of that card. It's just never fun. Let's see here. Let's show the other cards real quick. The Spiral Dancer, Circuitous Route, Perception. It just means that you're taking a longer route. You know, and that's not a bad thing. It just means you're probably perfecting this on your lesson that you're trying to learn. It also can mean that, you know, you have taken a long route. You know, like this route's gonna take a while. But all the same, that still to me just means you have, maybe you chose this before you came into this life because you want to perfect this lesson. But it also says perception, so that might mean that you are just perceiving things are taking too long. Maybe a goal you want, it's just taking too long, you know? Kind of getting impatient, and then I'll blame you. I know how that feels. It's like you want something now, you want something now. The Winged Wise Ones, angelic help, miraculous aid. So you have your angels helping and guiding you again, and giving you aid. Again, that doesn't mean you're going to have an intuitive feeling about it. Maybe you will. It just means they are there. The Altar, Priestess, preparation, prayer, sacred ritual. It just means hold yourself sacred, and sometimes that means to prepare to hold yourself sacred. I mean, kind of like when you're not that confident person, you might go through cycles and lessons that build you up into a more confident person. That's what I kind of mean. You know, maybe you're not somebody that actually holds yourself sacred, and you might want to go seek outlets that are going to help you learn better tools to do so. You know, and to remember that you are a creation of the God and Goddess, or that you are divine part of them. Whatever it is that your spiritual belief is, just remember you are of the divine. Treat yourself sacred. The Lady of Lightning, surprises, sometimes shock, total paradigm shift. That just means there's going to be a change, something that's going to hit in your life, kind of shock you a little bit. You're not expecting this to happen. And that could be a physical manifestation or an inwardly manifestation. I mean, in particular, after this card pulls up, after it's saying to treat yourself sacred, it may be something that you're not expecting. You may not actually expect that you're going to treat yourself sacred. And you may surprise yourself then. You know, be like, whoa, I didn't actually see myself doing this, but you do. The Resting Tree, patience, stillness. That just means be like a tree. Trust whatever it is that you need or you want will come to you. You will receive this. Do not worry. And you know, I know maybe it's silly to say, but either way, whether you're worrying or not, it's going to come to you. I mean, just like a tree, you know, they you don't hear them screaming, I need water or sun, but they know what they need will come to them. But all the same, what if trees were freaking out about that? It's still going to rain and they're still going to get sun. So I think sometimes in our moment of anxiety, which I am diagnosed with, so I fucking have that all the time. So I probably need this card too, and this card has pulled up for me before a lot, actually. It's probably something I need to hear, even, you know, so... But yeah, it just means be like a tree and trust and have patience. What you need will come to you. Even if you're an anxious, anxiety little ninny like me, it's coming. It will still come, whether you're being anxious or not, but nobody wants to be anxious while they're waiting, so that's why it says to be like a tree, you know, patient, still, don't worry. Because even though it's coming either way, nobody wants to just sit there and worry the whole time, because it's just like, I mean, yeah, well, you get the point. It's just a little less worrisome for you, but either way, it's coming. You know, and if you're like me, I forgive you, because I understand what it's like having anxiety, but we can still try to be like that tree. And here's the card I apologize for. The Desert Prince, Survival, False Promises. That just means somebody has given you false promises. They have lied to you. They have lied to you. And you are surviving it right now. And that can feel like a desert, you know. Like when you fall in love with somebody, or you gain a best friend, or you have a family member you trust it more than anything, and they betray you, they lied to you, they gave you false promises they didn't really mean. It is a moment where you just kind of feel dead and dry and feel like everything you needed has been taken from you. You know, yeah, I mean, look at him. He just looks exhausted. You know, and that's kind of how we feel when we've been lied to. We just kind of feel emotionally exhausted and drained. Like, you know, who really is my friend? Will I ever find love again? Is there really love out there? You know, how many more of my family members are lying to me and I just believe them? I mean, it becomes a moment of just questioning and feeling dry and drained. I don't know, I want to point out the lion there, because for some reason the lion stood out to me, and it's kind of a moment, because, I mean, he might feel like, is this lion going to eat me, is he going to attack me, is he going to kill me, and I kind of feel like that's the perception after we've been deceived to, like, we kind of look at everybody like they're lions. Oh my god, lion, okay, oops, that just, yeah, I got ADHD, and that just sounded funny to me, you know, lion, it sounds like lying. You know, so yeah, we kind of are wondering who's a lion lying to us, you know, and is just out to use us as their, you might say, narcissistic fuel or gain and stuff like that, and leave us drained, you know, making us feel like we've been consumed physically, but we're really just feeling drained. But I also want to point out the water in the card. That kind of drew me in there too. Like, just be rest assured, not everybody is out there to get you. Not everybody is out there to lie to you or try to consume you and attack you like a lion. But there's true refreshment out there. People that want to refresh you and be kind to you and loving to you and real family to you. Even if they aren't blood. You know, so keep in mind that, you know, there's an abundance out there. So keep your eye out for those that you can trust, and don't focus too much about who's out there lying to you all the time. So yeah, that was your reading for October. And sorry about that card. I know that one's not a fun card. It's kind of depressing going through that. I personally know. But yeah, if you like the reading, great. If you don't, Sorry. I will still flash the cards to you and let you use your own intuition what you feel they mean. Like I forgot to do with the September reading. Sorry, my bad. Try to keep in mind it's a general reading. That means it's not a one-size-fits-all. You know, kind of go to the dollar store and you find that t-shirt or that poncho, and it's like one size fits all, which really means one size fits most. One size will fit you partly. One size is not going to fit you at all. You know, like there's a few people out there that'll fit partly, and then a few people out there just doesn't fit at all. So it's a one size fits most thing, and that's what a general tarot card reading is. It is a one size fits most. It's not going to fit perfectly though, ever. Also, I do want to say that that and I'm not 100%. No psychic ever is. I know a lot of them out there will say they are, but that's just bullshit. As I said, some psychics will use the fear factor, and that's not the kind of shit I do. And a lot of psychics out there also say that they're 100%. It's like, don't lie. You know, because I'm sure you can tell as anybody with common, like, logic, like, would know a lot of psychics out there are not really psychics. They just, they're just liars and they want people's money and they're scammers. You know, but I will, and some of them say they're 100% accurate, and we all know that's not true. Though I gotta say, with the psychics I've watched, I think there's a few of them out there they literally believe they are, and it's so annoying when you see them arguing with a client, and it's like, for God's sakes, they already just confirmed to you that you were not accurate on that one subject, maybe 99% accurate, but the one thing you were not accurate about. Don't sit there and argue with your client. That's just like, let go of your pride, man. Swallow your pride. Apparently this is a really big pill for you to swallow. But I'm not going to be one of those that has that's going to tell you I'm 100% accurate. I will tell you I'm really damn good at what I do, though. I get about 75% accurate to over 90% accurate. You know, as for where the 90s, you know, give and take at that point, not really sure. I would give it at least, like, if I had to pick one, I think I would go for about 97%. I am pretty good. But I'm not ever going to tell you that I'm 100%. And anybody that does, I would be very wary of. I am actually one of those that, even though I'm a psychic, I get skeptical. I think you gotta be skeptical if you want to properly find a psychic anyway. And I do encourage testing people. I really do. Though I would say work with your psychic if you do test them, because some of them, yes, they work differently with their energies. Like some palm readers out there are like, I actually need your hand. I cannot do a piece of paper with a picture of your hand on it. Give them your hand then. Work with them. Try to find a way to test them if you have to, but work with them. They need your hand. And you know, with other psychics like me, I need to be alone. I have ADHD, so being around people wanting to talk with me right then and there as I'm trying to concentrate, not very good. I'm able to talk with the person after I'm done, you know, channeling all that energy. I'm able to tell them what I picked up on and talk with them about it. And also, being that it's a reasonable donation I'll do it for, they're allowed to talk with me as long as they want. They're not being charged by the minute like a lot of other psychics do. So you're allowed to just blabber all you want, or even just talk if you want to. But if all you want to do is talk, I'm not going to charge you for that. I mean, that'd be dumb. And that'd be a little too petty, a little too far. So it's like a little too egotistical. It's all like, you want to talk to me? You need to pay to talk with me. No, you can just plainly talk to me, but for a reading, you'll have to pay for that. But yeah, I do encourage people to please, you know, test your psychics. you know, because there's a lot of them out there that are fake, and even I, as a practicing psychic myself, am skeptical, and I'm like, yeah, we're gonna test you first, because if anything I've learned, it doesn't matter if you go to church and they claim they're a prophet, it doesn't matter what religion they're in, and it doesn't matter if they claim to be a psychic or whatever abilities they say they have. A lot of people are in it for the money, and you gotta test them. But yeah, okay, that all being said, Capricorn, I hope you have a good morning, a good afternoon, or a good evening when you watch this. Oh, forgot to say, keep your eyes out for December. I will be doing your yearly forecast. But yeah, that's about it, and I hope you have a good one. So bye now.